Good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Sorry I'm late, you guys. There were technical difficulties 3 minutes before I was supposed to start. Son of a bitch. I'm here. Yeah, a little tardy. There were things that were out of my control. How about that? Catch me outside. How about that? How about that? What up? I'm here now. No sense crying over spilled fucking milk. What's going on? So much crazy shit. There's so much crazy shit to talk about that I might not be able to get to it all in the live. I might have to do a couple videos just to get it all in there because there are so many tasty morsels to be consumed. But we'll get to what we can today. I promise. We're going to give it our best shot. Even though Pat Benatar won't say it again, I will. Hit me with your best shot. Never, she won't sing Love is a Battlefield anymore. Or was it Hit Me With Your Best Shot? I think both of them because, you know, the gun violence. Shut the fuck up. Pat, Patricia, shut up. Nobody cares that much about. Okay, are we back? The hell? I'm here. Are you guys still here? I see me. Do you see me? What the fuck was that about? I'm back. Now we're about to get to a super duper. Dale, I see you. Just hold on a second there, sir. Dale, looks like you're the one. Looks like you have popped that super chat cherry. How does that feel? Thank you, Dale Strunk. If testosterone's poisonous, James Cameron should have never made Terminator or Terminator 2. Hello. That man has made a fortune off of testosterone. But of course, now, now they're all rich and they're fat and they're happy and they have generational wealth. Now we can come out and say, oh, I should have done things different. And I was such a toxic this, that, and the third years ago. Blah, blah, blah. We're going to talk about that fucking Mark. After you've made your millions and you've got all the adulation and the praise and then James Cameron over here, James, sign this, kiss that, James. Now that you've gotten all that, now it's, oh, that was terrible and I shouldn't have done that. You piece of shit. You. Oh, we got another super up here. Dale's not the only one. Hold on a second, guys. We got another one up here. I knew it. What happened? I knew it. I thought I saw C4 Duke up there. Hey, Rebel Without a Reason. Thank you. He says, ordered my Neck Buddy shirt today. Can't wait. Me too. They are available, guys. Neck Buddy merch is available. Now, right now, it's only available in t-shirts. I hit them up and asked them about hoodies and all that kind of stuff, but they're something with the shipping of hoodies, or hoodies aren't available, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Hooded sweatshirts or sweatshirts are, for some reason, unavailable. C4 Duke, I don't know what happened to your super chat, but I thank you. I don't know what the fuck happened to it. It disappeared. The first says C4 Duke was first. Okay, C4 Duke, you broke the super, you popped the super chat cherry and broke the financial hymen. Excuse me. Sorry, Dale Strunk, you must be stripped of your title, but I still thank you, Dale. Huh? My Carrera says he's getting one. You should. Let me see if I can pull up my website and show you guys, because that should be hella funny. It is hella funny. I'll tell you my favorite part about it. I'll show you my favorite part about it. So let's see, let's see here. Hey boys, look what I got here. We'll let that load. For some reason, it's taking its time loading. But as soon as that comes up, I will show you the Neck Buddy gear. And it's hella funny. There's like, let's see, hold on. Okay, let's share this damn screen, shall we? Shared. Bam, there it is. Such a beautiful website. Damn. Oh, I love this shit. I love it. Okay, let's see. There it is, guys. The first of the Neck Buddy merch line. Now, you see right here. You see that? See a little Neck Buddy? His Neck Buddy has a little Santa hat on. How festive is that? Oh, I can't wait to get mine in the mail, guys. I am so happy. I'm so happy about that. Neck Buddy merch in the building. And we're going to get it on hoodies and stuff like that too. For some reason, they're not available. Maybe it's a supply chain issue. Whose fault is that? Anyway, since I had those technical difficulties right before I came on air, let me pull up Instagram and shit, because we got some stuff on there to talk about too. Shout out to everybody in the comment section. Appreciate you being here. Usual suspects, the unusual ones, so many things. So don't forget mygreengear.com. And James Cameron allowed some stupid shit to fall out of the hole under his nose, because again, they've been cocooned and woke and all the different justices and My Truth and chest feeders. They've been cocooned in that, just swimming in it, marinating in it. So, and again, after he's made his fortune and fame, now I can go back and talk shit about and bash the work that put me on the mountaintop in the first place, that put me in this solid gold throne in the first place. Now I can turn around and talk shit about it, now that I'm done using it. He says testosterone is poison. Some of the movies I made back then, had all this. That's what happens when you're young and you have that testosterone poison in your body. Never mind the fact that testosterone built this wonderful country that you find yourself in. James, I know you have the money to move out. I know you got the money to move to any country you want. I know it. And in these countries, in most of the countries, your money will go even further, James. Way further. But yet, you find yourself right here. Also, Trump found guilty. Remember, they were trying to get him on some tax evasion. He was cooking the books. He wasn't paying his fair share. He was ducking and dodging and doing something illicit. He was found guilty. Mm-hmm. And Elon Musk, now there are rumors, hopefully, I hope it's true. Ron DeSantis is doing something to the same effect down in Florida. But there are rumors that Elon Musk is going to assemble a panel of doctors that are going to fact check the sweet and sour sniffles information that we were told. Wait a minute. You're a wild motherfucker, Elon. I hope this is true. I hope it is true, and it would be nothing for him to assemble that panel. There are probably doctors that want to do that pro bono. They want to tell the truth. They want this shit fact checked because they know the truth. And today, and I didn't even plan this shit. Maybe it was subconscious. But I put on some of my old school merch. You can see it. Sometimes that light reflects off of it. Let me turn it down a little bit. But yeah, this right here, it says sweet and sour sniffles. You can see it's like the Chinese food takeout container. Because it came from, well, you know where it came from. But I came up with that when we first started dealing with this bullshit a couple of years ago. But he is going, allegedly, is going to put together a panel of doctors to fact check all the things we were told: the lockdowns, the masks, the social distancing, closing down the schools, closing down society. You know, the things that we were all affected by over the last 2.5 years, going on 3 years. Wouldn't that be something? And they can't seem to stop him because he's like Trump. He's a billionaire. He's not into politics. And he's the boss. He owns the company. He owns Twitter. So you're not going to shadow ban him. You're not going to kick him off, because if you do, he'll just go to the boss and say, put him back on there, because he is the boss. So they can't do anything about it. They can't silence him. They can't quiet him. They can't do anything. They can threaten to take him off these platforms, which they're not going to do. Apple had no intentions of taking him out of the Apple store. They would be, from a business standpoint, that would be suicide. But we've seen woke against good business. We've seen woke win many times. But you can't silence him. You can't slow him down. You can't stop him. You can't do anything. That's why they're so angry at him. That's why they're turning up the vitriol in the mainstream mediocres and in politics. I mentioned yesterday the sorry ass, feckless district attorney of Santa Clara County. That's headed up toward the Bay Area. That's the ass end of the Bay Area, San Jose. You might have heard of the San Jose Sharks. That's where they're from. 1 million people in San Jose. That's inside Santa Clara County. Crime rate through the fucking roof. Homelessness through the roof. But you have time to cut a little promo video saying, I'm getting off of Twitter. I'm taking a Twitter break. Twitter pause. So you have them turning up the bullshit on all these different platforms and all these different levels, trying to silence Elon Musk the best way they can. They can't use their old tactics like going to Twitter and silencing them, because he is Twitter. So they're scared. That's why they're so scared of Trump, because now he's a politician because he was president. But even if he got elected a second time, he got his money on his own, through his own business ventures, not through lobbyists, not through backdoor deals, not through stuffed manila envelopes in the corner of a dark restaurant, or however they show us they do it in the movies. He didn't come from that. He showed up with his own money and his own shit. So when you have your own money and your own shit, nobody can tell you anything, because nobody has any power over you, because you have the ability to get what you want, or you already have it. My dad used to tell me, son, a man that doesn't care is dangerous. And that can come in many forms. Like, you don't care about your safety, you don't care about other people's safety, or you don't care about the establishment. You don't care about their threats. You don't care about their promises of punishment. A man who doesn't care is dangerous, whether it be dangerous to himself or dangerous to other people. In this case, they're dangerous to the establishment, the fucking swamp that we just can't seem to pull the plug out of so that shit can drain. Thinking that's right. Trump didn't take a cent for being president either. No one else took his salary and donated it to things such as HBCUs, but they never mentioned that. True. And every other president before him had plenty of money. Let's just look in recent history. Let's go back to Bush. Let's go back to Clinton. Let me go back to Clinton. They all had money before they got in office. None of them ever gave up their little 400. What's 400 grand to these people? That must have been a lot because they didn't give it up. C4 Duke, thank you. Sorry, but your first super chat got buried, man, or disappeared. I don't know what happened to that, man. Ooh, wow. JG, neck buddy with Joe Biden refereeing in a boxing match. I see the devil there, but who's the other guy? Just some brown skinned fellow? Is that supposed to be me? Am I fighting Satan? Is that what this is about? Let's see. Neck buddy. Neck buddy. And JB or SJ, Sloppy Joe. Well, let me get on my bifocals because we're kind of far from the ring, so it's going to be hard for me to see. All right. All right, and they begin. The bell rings. Ooh, bells, like a school bell. Kids, God, focus, Joe. We got the boxing match to commentate about. You're right, Fetterman. Who's that guy next to you? God, that's my neck buddy. Oh, that thing looks awful. Keep it away from me. But before you go, how old is it? It's as old as me. Too old. Too old for me. I like him before. Anyway, the devil, he's jabbing. He has him in the corner. Ooh, you put kids in the corner, don't you? God, stay focused, Sloppy Joe. That's right. The devil's jabbing, but Jericho's coming back. Jericho hits him with an uppercut. Yay, neck buddy. Neck buddy, I want to open some champagne on your front tooth. Neck buddy. Get that thing away from me. You said it's old though, right? It still looks good. And scene, guys. How was that? How was that? I think that was definitely worth $1.99, huh? Bam Bam Bigelow. I'm wondering the same thing. I want to get a laptop for Christmas. You hear me, Santa? Somebody told me that I should get a gaming laptop because it'll have all the storage speed. I don't know. I don't speak computer. But somebody told me that those are the kind to get because they're going to have plenty of what I need, more than what I need to provide what I provide. Yeah. So, people, oof. What's today? Today is December 7th, 2022. And I didn't do a good gun today because I want to talk about Pearl Harbor. December 7th, 1941, the day that will live in infamy. That's when we were attacked by the Japanese military, and that's what got us into World War II. That's what kicked it off. That's what awoken the sleeping beast. And we all hear about Pearl Harbor, but what really happened? What was the damage? What was the loss of life? What happened on Pearl Harbor? And I'm sure a lot of you know this, but even if you do. So it was the attack on Pearl Harbor was a surprise military strike. Put that there. It was a surprise military strike by the Imperial Japanese Navy Air Service. upon the United States against a naval base at Pearl Harbor in Honolulu in Hawaii, just before 8 a.m. local time, Sunday, December 7th, 1941. Now, let me tell you why the fact that it happened on a Sunday was extra sneaky and extra slimy. But from their standpoint, of course, you're going to attack a force as big as us at our what you perceive to be our weakest point. So Sundays, even in boot camp, okay, the military, in the military, some people may think that your entire military experience is boot camp. Somebody's yelling and screaming at you the whole time. That's not true. You get in, you go through boot camp. All of your boot camp is that. When the minute you open your eyes, somebody is yelling and barking and getting spittle in your face. You are doing exercises you've never heard of before, and you're doing them at a rate you've never done before, and you're doing more of them than you've ever done before. When's the last time you did 300 jumping jacks? We did for no reason. But once you get out of boot camp, it's pretty much like a job, like a 9 to 5. You wake up, you have a certain time you have to be there, you have a certain time that you quit. You go home, or whatever your situation is on base, you go to the barracks. If you're married or whatever, you go off base. You go home and live your life. But even in boot camp, even when you have no free time, you just do what they tell you, and you're being yelled at all the time, and everything is highly stressful. Even in boot camp on Sundays, you get to relax. Sundays, you get to sleep in a little bit later, not in boot camp, but in regular military active duty, you sleep in. You may not even have to go to work. It's very lax. Your uniforms are more lax. All your higher ups and your supervisors and all of them are gone. It's a relaxed day. And people, as the case in Pearl Harbor, people were gone. They were off having fun. They were going around the island. They were with their family or their girlfriends or whatever. They didn't have, if you didn't have duty and have to be there, you were gone. So for it to happen on Sunday, they knew that that was our day of rest, and they knew we would be relaxing, and they knew that we would have our guard down, so to speak. So first thing in the morning, they come in, strafing, kamikaze pilots, bombings. It was horrific. And they tell us, so casualties and losses: 4 battleships sunk, 4 battleships damaged, 1 ex-battleship sunk, 1 harbor tug sunk, 3 cruisers damaged, 3 destroyers damaged, 3 other ships damaged, 188 aircraft destroyed, 159 aircraft damaged, 109 Marines killed, 208 soldiers killed, 2,335 total killed, 1,143 wounded. 4 midget submarines sunk. Can I say midget? Just kidding. 1 midget submarine grounded, 29 aircraft destroyed, 74 aircraft damaged, 64 killed, and 1 sailor captured. Civilian casualties: 68 killed, 35 wounded, 3 aircraft shot down. And the Japanese attended the attack as a preventative action. Its aim was to prevent the United States Pacific Fleet from interfering with its planned military actions in Southeast Asia against overseas territories of the UK and the Netherlands. The attack commenced at 7:48 a.m. Hawaii time, and the base was attacked by 353 Imperial Japanese aircraft, including fighters, level and dive bombers, and torpedo bombers, in 2 waves launched from 6 aircraft carriers off the 8 U.S. Navy battleships present. All were damaged, with 4 sunk. So 2,403 Americans were killed. 1,178 were wounded. January 6th, 1 person killed on the side of the insurrectionists. So it was one of the bad guys, right? And no, there were no cops beaten with fire extinguisher. No cops were killed. Some of them died months after, but no cops were killed there. And the reason I bring up January 6th is because what did they tell us? What did Kamala, the Ugandan nightmare, tell us? What did multiple talking head, empty suit politicians tell us? What did the mainstream mediocres tell us? They said, and I'm not making this up. I'm not assuming. We're not reading between the lines. They said these words. January 6th was the worst thing to happen to our country. Worse than 9/11. Worse. Not the same, not quite as bad, not almost, worse than Pearl Harbor. 2,403 Americans killed, and some broken furniture and damaged property. And some of these people were let in by the police, move the barrier, go, 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 come on in. That is worse than Pearl Harbor. The images of Pearl Harbor, all that black smoke billowing from those fires. There's something ominous, and there's something that just taps into our primal fear when you see giant columns of billowing black smoke. That shit is scary. These boys were hanging out, these young 18, 19, 17, some of them probably 16. They lied to get into the military back then. They're hanging on their bunks. They're having a good time. They're chilling. It's Hawaii. It's Honolulu. And then here they come. Bombed, burned, thrown from the ship, drowned, smashed, shot. And January 6th was worse than that? I don't know. Call me crazy, but I don't think that holds a candle to Pearl Harbor. That's not in the same stratosphere as Pearl Harbor. Can you imagine the fear, the screams, and the smells and the sounds of that day? Young men drowning, trapped underneath things, being burned alive. But somehow, January 6th is worse than that. I'm calling bullshit on that one. I'm calling bullshit on that one. And then we all know what happened after that. Lou Maldonado, thank you. You tell him, Jericho. Oh, I shall. I shall, Lou. And then after that, we got into World War II. We declared war with the Japanese, and we got to it. And not only did the young men, Rick Zweig, drowning or burned in oil, or fuel, jet fuel. Because not only is everyone's attitude relaxed and the base is half empty and people having to go, it's Sunday. You know what Sunday means in our country. But the uniforms are also relaxed. So you got guys out there in t-shirts, not meant to protect your skin in any way. Your arms are exposed. A lot of those guys are out there in t-shirts. That shit was horrible. And they compare that. They not even compare. It pales in comparison to fucking January 6th. Holy shit. Holy shit. And I saw a video today, and this guy, he was talking about how Zelenskyy got Person of the Year. Vladimir Zelenskyy, the communist dictator of Ukraine. Yes, communist. Dictator. When you silence your competitors, your opponents, that's communist. That's dictatorial. When you have the TV stations shut down so your competition can't speak and get their message out, that's called dictator behavior. That's called communism. He got man or Person of the Year. I guess you can't call him Man of the Year because you don't want anybody to get offended. You don't want that microscopic portion of our population to get their feelings hurt. So you call him person of the year. That fucking crook, that con artist got person of the year. I mean, hey, is he so bad? Is he such a bad guy? He's certainly not stupid, because he's on the receiving end of over $100 billion from us. So that's a pretty smart move. But you're over there hanging out with Sean Penn, Ben Stiller, Nancy Pelosi, the vodka vixen, Time magazine, Vogue magazine, in the middle of a war. So either that war is nothing like they tell us it is, or you're an asshole for doing all these other things while your country is getting fucked up. That's like his wife, I don't know if he's married, but his significant other is in another room having their ass kicked, and he's in there doing duck face selfies in the mirror. Your country's getting the shit bombed out of it. You're over here. All right, Vladimir, okay, left. All right, give me a little more attitude. All right, ooh, make it angry. Okay, let me get up here. Vladimir, look up at me. Ooh, pouty lift. Oh, perfect, bit. That's what you're doing? You're sitting in a fucking chair, getting edged up for your Time magazine cover, getting faded up. You found a war zone barber? Some bitch. And why, oh why, do they keep sticking our grandpa in chief in front of a hot damn mic? Why? Do they want us to make fun of him? Do they want us to laugh at him? Because that's what we're about to do. When you see this clip of him talking about, I think it was when he was still in Arizona, and he's talking about something that is called the Nano 3. But that's too much for him. Joe Biden cannot handle the Nano 3, whatever. He can't even handle talking about it. And he does the classic, just gives up on it. Holy shit. Heidi, that is one of the most play things I've ever heard in my life. She says, you think Sloppy Joe and Dr. Jill still bang? Probably a lot of a lot of those kind of sounds, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know, man. That's a scary situation. I don't want to think about Biden's old balls and shit. I don't know. Disgusting. But he has a tough time with Nano 3. He really does. Fuck. Oh my goodness, guys. What is happening here? Alien testosterone, thank you. Just like a C-hag, anti-testosterone titled streams are offensive, JG, so not stunning and brave. You can't tell me I still feel stunning and brave. You can't stop me, sir. I am stunning and brave, and I'm a lady. I'm whatever I say I am, and you better agree. I'll have you arrested. Arun Faith, thank you for the Twompsky. All communist politicians do is change history, because if we remember it and honor it, we may stand up against them. True. They got to scrub those books. They got to alter shit. That's why they only teach us, the Kunta Kinte part of slavery in America. They were just downtrodden in the fields, beaten, raped, separated, hung, all that shit. All they could do is pick cotton and sugar beets and tobacco leaves. That's all they could do. That's all they did. Because if you don't think you come from greatness and perseverance, then that can't be expected of you in the future. If you come from people that ain't shit, you ain't shit, you can never be shit, well then why try? So fucking ridiculous. You know what? We're going to do that. Let's kick it off with Nano 3. Fuck. Grandpa in Chief, guys, leader of the free world. Leader of the free world. This is how he speaks. Free world. Oh, man, just the look on his face. Oh, man. Yeah, here we go. Here's a short, so you don't have to hear anything. You don't have to hear anything unnecessarily. You don't want to hear too much of his voice. Shit'll make you crazy. Okay. Bam. Here we go.
Back in April 2021, I met with Mark and other industry leaders. TSMC had made a $12 billion investment here in Phoenix.
Look at his face. Is there sun out? You got this. You got the resident of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue looking into the sun. Can we not get this man some shade? Where are his cool aviators? Because if there isn't sun out, why is your eye squinting like that? Why is your face looking like that?
To build the first fab to make semiconductors in the United States. Now the equipment is ready to move in. Next year, commercial operations are going to begin.
Oh, he's reading the teleprompter. Barely. Here we go.
And today, TSMC has announced a second major investment.
Mm-hmm.
It will construct a second fab here in Phoenix to build chips, the 3 nano chips, the 3 nano chip.
Come on.
Chips that are 3 nano, and you know what I'm saying. Nano, no, I don't know. But look, these are the most advanced semiconductor chips on the planet.
Even though you can't pronounce them, you don't know what the fuck they are.
The chips will power iPhones and MacBooks, as Tim Cook can attest. Apple had to buy all the advanced chips from overseas. Now they're going to bring more of their supply chain here home. It could be a game changer. Back in April 2021, I met with Mark and other industry leaders. TSMC made a $12 billion investment here in Phoenix to build the first fab to make semiconductors in the United States. Now the equipment is ready to move in. Next year, commercial operations are going to begin. And today, TSMC has announced a second major investment.
Okay.
They'll construct a...
Now, is this one of the investments you were talking about when Peter Ducey asked you, how can you go to Arizona and not visit the border? And you said, well, because there are much more important things. They're going to invest in enterprise and stuff. So is this the stuff you were talking about? The nano, the nano, nini that you can't even fucking pronounce? The nano, nunu that you can't pronounce?
Second fab here in Phoenix to build chips, 3 nano.
So he figures maybe if I focus on the teleprompter with one eye, then I can understand what I'm reading.
Chips. The 3 nano chip. Chips that are 3 nano. And
wait, 3D chips? Are we talking about computer chips, or are we going into potato chips? Or wood chips? We don't even fucking know.
You know what I'm saying?
No, Joe. No, Joe. Remember in G.I. Joe? Go, Joe. No, Joe. We don't. That's the problem, dog. We don't understand what you're saying. We don't know what you're saying. Look at that profile. Look at that profile. Nano, no.
Nano, no, I don't know.
You sure the fuck?
But look, these are the most advanced semiconductor chips on the planet. The chips will power iPhones and MacBooks, as Tim Cook can attest.
What's this Mr. Magoo shit? Like Mr. Magoo when he drops his glasses on the floor and he can't find them. What is this shit? That doesn't even look like the same Joe Biden from 15 years ago. Who is this dude? No. Oh, fuck, man. Jeez Louise. Like my freshman football coach, Mr. Souther, would say, Jeez, oh, Bezo. Who the hell is this dude? Don Zucksworth. Cow chips? I don't know. A chip off the old block? Tortilla chips? We don't even know. He doesn't even know. Nano, no. Nano. Nano. Corn chips. Southborough. Could be corn chips. We don't know. He doesn't know. Hey, you know what I mean. No, the fuck we don't. Golly. And you... Nano. I don't know. I don't know. James Cameron, you son of a bitch. What'd you say? James Cameroon, what'd you say? Remember me, Lionel Joseph from Cameroon. What movie is that? Oh, one of the Christmas classics. Remember me, Lionel Joseph from Cameroon. Lionel! No more Swedish meatballs and no more goddamn jerky beef. I can't wait to watch that movie this year. I can't wait. When they brought you in here and booked you, you was crying like a pussy. Yeah. James Cameron. Yes, the guy who directed The Terminator now says testosterone is a toxin. Speaking of, tonight, Double Impact. Don't worry, I already put the link up on my YouTube page under community. And yes, I'll be putting it on Instagram. Matter of fact, it's already there at JG Talk on Instagram. We are talking about Terminator. I don't know that there's a more testosterone-filled movie than that. It's about a guy that comes from the future to protect a woman and a cyborg that comes from the future to kill that woman and will kill anybody standing between him and that woman. Remember the scene in the police station where he's just walking through with two fully automatic weapons and an automatic shotgun shooting police officers. Killing, I don't know, he must have killed 20, 30 cops in there. That's just there. All the people he shot in the nightclub. That movie is nothing but testosterone. Killing, driving, destroying, blowing shit up. There's titties in there. Terminator 2? Now, you lost me on Titanic. That wasn't a testosterone-driven movie at all. But even that stupid Avatar movie. And to be honest, I've only seen Avatar once. I saw, heard all the hype, of course. 2009, I watched it, but I've never seen that shit again. It's too long. It's fucking stupid. But in there, you have, toxic masculinity, this toxin known as masculinity, this testosterone toxin. It was in there too because the guys were fighting. The blue people, Avatar, whatever the fuck, the blue people were fighting against the humans. They were shooting and dying and explosions and shit. It's very testosterone driven. So it says Academy Award-winning filmmaker James Cameron, director of Terminator, Terminator 2, True Lies. Isn't there a scene where he's sliding down a snow embankment on his back, shooting people? Yeah. Isn't there a scene where Arnold Schwarzenegger and Bill Paxton, R.I.P. Bill Paxton, were riding in that car and he has he fantasizes about breaking his nose and there's blood pouring out of his face? But you've already cashed all the checks from these movies, so you don't give a shit. True Lies, Titanic, and Avatar told Hollywood Reporter this week that both he and his earlier work were poisoned by testosterone. Oh, look what we've done. Testosterone is poison. It used to be a building block. It used to be a necessity for society to flourish, but now it's fucking And I quote, a lot of things I did earlier, I wouldn't do career-wise. And just risks that you take as a wild testosterone poisoned young man. Cameron, you bitch. I always think of testosterone as a toxin that you have to slowly work out of your system. Really? So, a lot of things I did earlier, I wouldn't do career wise. Bullshit. You've made hundreds of millions of dollars off of these toxic works from the early in your career. You wouldn't change that bullshit for nothing. You'd do 3 Terminators if you could. You'd do a sequel to True Lies if you could. Bullshit, you wouldn't do it. It's easy to say that. What's that old Somali proverb? Those with a full stomach are first to criticize the food. Your stomach is full. You got on your sweatpants. So now you can start nitpicking the buffet. You've already stuffed yourself. You've already gorged yourself at the trough of Hollywood. So now it's easy for you to step back and talk shit. There's no way in the world you would pass on those projects because they made you too much money. I've always thought of testosterone as a toxin that you have to slowly work out of your system. This is it, guys. Here we are. This is what they wanted. This is what they wanted. The thing that we know is good for us, the thing that we know has given us this prosperity and this security, but we have no more natural predators. We have nothing else to worry about. So we have to turn within and start finding things wrong with us that really aren't wrong with us. I'm not saying we need something bad to happen to us to get us to refocus, but on the News and Why It Matters Blaze TV, host Sarah Gonzalez and Alex Stein, along with contributor Eric July, talked about how many ways Cameron's toxic masculinity undoubtedly contributed to his phenomenal success and wondered if this might mean he'll be returning all the revenue from his blockbuster yet testosterone poison movies. Of course not. He's not giving up that house with a fucking echo. He's not giving up that temperature-controlled, voice-controlled vehicle that he has or fleet of. He's not giving up those nice clothes and those nice meals in the schools where his kids went. Up in the hills, secluded from all you dirty, sick, poor people. Ew. You mean to tell me if I live up here, the only time I have to see Mexicans is when they come up here to work? Perfect, because I do not like to be around brown people. And don't get me started on the blacks. You think you're going to give that up? You think you're going to give up that power you have in Hollywood? You're going to give up the fact that every time you tell an actor that you want them in their movie, you have to make sure that you tell them over a tarp? Because they're going to, James Cameron movie. Oh, sorry. I made a mess. You going to give that up, James? No, you lying son of a bitch. Toxic poison. You're poison. You're poison. You're human cyanide. You're trying to poison the body of America. Poison. Testosterone. Fuck you. Now, if you were an up-and-coming director that nobody heard of, you hadn't made it big, and you're talking this shit, well, then that's just who you are. That's what you believe in. Good luck making it in this business, buddy. Actually, if you think that shit, you probably make it pretty easy in this business. But to turn around 30, 35, 40 years later? Fuck you, James Cameron. You piece of shit. It's toxic. It's poison. Yeah, right. You're on the set of those movies, cashing those checks with them big ass budgets. Were you saying that then? James? Let's look this shit up. Terminator 2 worldwide gross.
Unfortunately, Terminator 2 proved to be a huge hit. It made $520.9 million worldwide, finishing as the highest-grossing film of 1991.
You giving that back, James? Huh? You giving that back? Titanic worldwide gross.
Here is information from Box Office Mojo.
Let's see. Rollout December 19th, 1997. Worldwide gross. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. That's 3 commas. 1, 2, 3. That's $1,843,478,449. You giving that back, James? Avatar worldwide gross.
$2,922,917,914, according to some information I found on Top Lifetime Grosses, Box Office Mojo.
You giving any of that back, James? Because it's full of poison. You mean to tell me you wouldn't want to take poison back if you could? You wouldn't want to do something about that? Fucking liar. Piece of shit. Of course you say that now. Of course you say that as you backstroke in $100 bills. Of course you say that now. Mark. Oh, it's poison. We got to stop this stuff. What's that? Another residual? Oh, okay. I'll take it. What a piece of shit, man. Golly. Why you guys got to say... Why do these people that make these great movies years ago, why you got to open up your mouth and say something that fucks it all up for us? Why you got to do that? Because now every time I watch those movies, now there's going to be in the back of my mind that you're a woke bitch. And that you're spitting in the face of the very thing that brought you to the heights of your career. Wow. Wow. That's like somebody driving you cross country, and while they're driving you coast to coast, California to New York, from one shitty state to another, and they drive you from coast to coast, they're paying you money while they're driving you, being very nice to you, giving you all the accommodations, going above and beyond. And then when you get to your destination, they get out of the car, they walk around, open your door, you get out and go right in their mouth. That's basically what you did. Rupert Miller, James is now an American. It's official. That's basically what you did. All right, sir, you've reached your destination. They stick their hand out for a tip, and you go right in their mouth. What the fuck? Where was this in 1984 when you made Terminator? Where was this in 1991 when you made Terminator 2? Where was this in 94 when you made True Lies? Where was this in 97 when you made Titanic? Where was this in 2009 when you put out Avatar? Derek Molino, just read he's a vegan too. Strike 3. I mean, hey, people, you eat what you want. If you're a vegan, I don't care, but that's some weird shit. Why would you not want to eat these delicious things? Actually, if it had a face, I don't want to eat it. Actually, if it had a face, I do. Because that face gives it flavor. They say fat is flavor. I say face is flavor. I used to work with this chick who was an aggressive vegan. Like, ew, can you not warm up your meat in here? Ew, it's gross. You don't want to touch it. When I worked at Trader Joe's, she didn't want to touch the meat and to like ring people up and shit. And she would always talk shit. Ew, actually, shut the fuck up, you clown. Huh? You think you're better than us? You think you're better than us because you live a plant-based lifestyle? Bullshit. You like tofu? You like soy? Soy comes from soybeans, right? Right. Soybeans have to be farmed or grown, right? Right. When you're growing anything outdoors, I don't care what it is. I remember my mom used to grow birds of paradise in the front yard. Those beautiful flowers that open up as orange and purple and blue. gorgeous. And the deer would come down there and eat that shit every time. It doesn't matter what you're growing, something, if you're growing something outside, something wants to eat it. A bug, a weevil, a mole, a gopher, something. So what do? If you're a soybean farmer, you don't want to lose your soybeans to the critters, right? So what are you going to do to the critters? You're going to kill them. You're not going to trap them and take them a couple miles away and release them. You're going to kill them. Whether it flies or it crawls or it digs or it slithers, that thing is going to get killed. And maybe you're not trying to kill the thing that slithers, but you poison the thing that it eats, so it's going to die too. And then you sit here, you emaciated fucker, and you're going to point your finger at me because I kill a cow or two? What about those millions of teeny tiny little animals? Look at the cute little mouse. What about the millions of those that you kill for your fucking tofu? Huh? Oh, that's different because those are like rodents. They're living beings, they're creatures. They have a face. You told me if it has a face, you won't eat it. What about that tiny little face? Oh, so size matters. Okay, so you vegans are size queens. It's not about the size of the boat. It's about the excuse me. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to do that. Kind of just triggered. You motherfuckers. But if you want to be vegan and eat plant-based shit, I don't care. Don't you dare look down your nose at me because I like shit. I like flesh over flame. Meat? I don't know if I can get that shit up. I don't know. Meat? You guys ever had a steak before? Ugh. I made chicken sandwiches the other night for dinner. Got these big ass chicken breasts. That shit was like this thick. I had to cut it in half. Man, I slapped that shit in a pan, seasoned it. That was the most moist, tender chicken breast sandwich. And I'm supposed to trade that in for some shrubbery, for some kale? Didn't we used to put meat on top of kale and serve it to people in restaurants? When did we start eating the garnishment? I'm supposed to trade that in for garnishment. No, I'm cool. Elizabeth Rodriguez, I got a video of a woman in New York City cooking 3 rats on a rotisserie. I saw that shit. That was extra foul. That was extra foul. What's more foul is whoever the fuck is buying it. Don Zucksworth, Jericho, what do you think of Tulsa King? I haven't seen Tulsa King yet. My wife and I, we just finished Sopranos, and which the ending was good. Like when you first see it, you're like, what the fuck? But then it was pretty good. I thought so. And we just started the 5th season of Yellowstone. So maybe once we get done with Yellowstone, then we'll get into Tulsa King. I like Stallone. But I saw the trailer, and the trailer seemed a little cookie cutter for me. It seemed like it wasn't as deep as I wanted it to be. Maybe because I'm coming off of Sopranos, and I'm still riding that, that friend of ours over here. That whole thing. Maybe I'm still riding the Soprano wave because I guess in Tulsa King, Stallone is some New York mobster or something. So I don't know, but I'll give it a try. I'll give it a shot. Nicole Thomas, thank you for the £4.49, my dear. Thank you so much. Why don't we go ride the loo? Isn't the loo like a train or something? Or am I saying some other kind of British slang that's gross? I think that's the train, right? The loo. Fire Mission, thank you for the Hamilton. It was men with testosterone that stormed the beaches of Normandy and the islands in the Pacific. I know, there wasn't a problem with testosterone then. Nobody had a problem with toxic masculinity back then when it was storming beaches and keeping your ass safe. Nicole Thomas says tube. That could mean some shit too. You mean like the tube, the tunnel, the subway tunnel tube, train tube? LMR says that's a bathroom. Oh, okay. Toilet's a loo. Well, let's not go ride the toilet or the bathroom or whatever I just said. Yeah, see, you guys got to help me out with my British slang. What do you call a carriage? What do you call a taxi? That's another weird name for that shit. We call a taxi a carriage. I know you guys say garage instead of garage. It's garage. Garage. Come on. Off you go, mate. Or is that Australian? See, that might be Australian. Off you go, mate. There you go, right there. It's Australian, mate. Look at the size of that figure. That's Australian. The tube is the subway. Okay. Let's go ride the tube. Oh, that sounds, no. Let's go ride the tube? What? I can't say that. You can't say that in America. Hey, man, let's go ride the tube. What the fuck does that mean? What? It's too close to tube steak, but you got to work for the gravy. Don't say that, guys. Trolley. Is that what you guys call a taxi cab? A lorry. That's what it is. A lorry. Why don't we go ride the lorry? See, a lorry in America, that's a person. That's a girl's name. Lorry. Please pass the Grey Poupon, sir. Pardon me. Do you have any Grey Poupon? Yeah, blacks are like tube socks. You got to be careful with tube in America, Nicole. Well, see, that's not what I meant. Okay, you got to be careful with the use of the word tube in America. There, that's better. Let's go ride the lorry. Diesel says Australian the toilets are dunny. I got to go use the dunny, mate. But don't go use the dunny for the Shaylas. Dank buds, gray poop on. No, it's poop on. Get your mind out of the gutter, man. Tube chips, Max Bank. Ew, that sounds gross. Look at this, doctor. I got a bunch of chips on me tube. Got a bunch of chips on me tube, mate. Bloke. Bloody hell. Jean Grey. Bloody hell. Look what you've done, Baxter. You've spilled Cabernet all over the duvet. Your daughter. Coontoon. Your daughter. Hello, Governor. NY Chill Boy. What do you think of that, Governor? Crikey. That's Australian. That is a different country, guys. Sorry about that. Get them mixed up sometimes. Isn't it? That's right, isn't it? Sorry, British people. But this shit is fun. Let's get serious right now. C4 Duke, thank you. Time for the tired Latino gardener talking to the butler. Oh, please, Mr. Yves. I am so tired. I want to find me some shade and have a siesta, please. Por favor. Of course you cannot have a break, Hector. You must trim all of the lawns before noon. You know the Sire and the Duchess will return soon, Hector. Bollocks. No, Weapon X. It's not bollocks. That's one word. Play sons of bitches. Indeed, Master Wayne. Mike, My career. See? This I blame this on Nicole Thomas because you started this tube talk. Now we got shit like this in here, Nicole. My career says clam chowder with the tube. No. I don't think you should be giving us any more British slang for a while, Nicole Thomas, because now we got this gross tube talk. Will you please pass the jelly? Danny Lou, what's up? How was your 23rd anniversary? Don't even tell us because then the comment section will really go play. But I understand you guys just weird stuff to each other. Good, you're supposed to. Do it tonight again. Nicole Thomas, I'm glad you've shown contrition for what you did. She says, I'm sorry. But then she put a laugh emoji. So are you really sorry, Nicole? No. Logical in an illogical world. Boob tube. Now you're talking. I know what that means. That's a TV. So how did boob tube become for TV? I don't know. Lorelei Hogdall says, pass the porridge. Pass the porridge, governor. Don't want to get a scoop of that down here, governor. Please, sir, can I have a scoop of your porridge? Nico Giorgio. Hey, JG. If James Cameron is now being so anti-testosterone, does that make him a British cigarette? Yes, it does. Pardon me, sir. I know I'm a stranger, but do you happen to have a fag? What? Where are you from, boy? Don't be asking me one of them dadgum things right here. Don't be asking me for them dadgum things right here. Have you seen me jumper? Don't get involved in this Rome 13. You were doing such a great job staying above the play. But now you're down here with us. Come on in. James Bateman makes him a puss, LOL. That's true, too. So daft of you, Dino Mike. Danny Lou says, my anniversary was filled with lots of testosterone, and it was magical. That's what I'm saying. Damn it. Don't wait for your anniversary, people. Do weird shit to your significant other as often as possible. Do it so often that it becomes not weird anymore, and then find new weird shit. Now. Damn it, let me plug this phone back in. Damn it, I got too many cords and shit. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about that I hope is true. So true right now. It's like so true. Let's see. Well, let's see if it's this. I don't see it there. Let's go here. Let's go to good old Instagram. Let's go to good old Instagram. Right here. Matt Wallace posted on Twitter. Breaking. Elon Musk is considering putting together a team of medical experts to fact check all the false things government officials have been saying. He's considering it. So here's where we get into something that a short time ago was called conspiracy theory. Then you have this here. Second. Then you have one of the greatest governors in America saying things of this nature.
Things that people are trying to do and focus on the evidence. And so, we are going to work to hold these manufacturers accountable for this mRNA, because they said there was no side effects, and we know that there have been a lot. And so we did a study in Florida, and you saw an 86% increase in cardiac related activity from people 18 to 39.
86%, that's a lot. 18 to 39, that's extremely young.
From mRNA shots. And so we're going to be doing some stuff to bring accountability there, because I think it's just something where things that.
Why aren't all governors doing this? Left, right, red, blue, doesn't matter. Why are they all not looking out for their citizens and finding out if we were harmed by this and if we were lied to? Why would that not be all of their focus? All of them should be focusing on that. Because I would think that no matter how you lean politically and socially, you would want to know the truth. You would want to know if you were lied to by these major entities that hold sway over your life. Call me crazy. But it says that he's considering doing that. Now, a while ago, say 8-10 years ago, what I'm about to say would be considered tinfoil hat conspiracy theory. That's crazy. That shit's in movies. They don't really do that. That won't really happen. So what if Elon Musk does get this panel of impartial doctors together? And I'm sure they can be vetted. You can look and see, how they've how maybe they lean politically, or maybe they don't. Maybe they stay out of the fray. Maybe they're down the middle. But we have to get some impartial doctors, meaning ones that don't work for the government and that don't work for Elon Musk in any of his companies or subsidiaries or anything like that. Make sure these dudes or women they have no dog in the fight. There's no reason for them to lie. And then have them comb through the evidence relating to how it was handled. Remember, not too long ago, the CDC came out and said we're going to hit a reset. We messed up on some things, the lockdowns, the masks, closing the schools, whoops. And they're hitting a reset. So that makes sense that this could possibly happen. And we all fucking know. I mean, number one, let's not sit here and act like we don't know what this panel is going to find. And let's not act like we don't know what's been going on. We do. But when this truth and this knowledge spreads, that's what needs to happen. It needs to be shouted from mountaintops higher than ours. My mountaintop's only so high, so is yours. Elon Musk is a little higher. So let him shout that shit too. And hopefully Ingrid De La Rosa, Fauci, exactly. Hopefully, or he has to, because all this bullshit came from him. So in assembling this panel and letting them do their thing, they have to drag Fauci into this because he is the top medical virologist, blah, blah, blah. He's the one that Biden was listening to. He was the one whispering in Biden's ear, constantly pulling Biden's long ear hairs out of his mouth. Hey, Fauci, stop whispering in my ear. You're not under 10. So in doing this, he would have to shine a light on that weaselly little raccoon hand motherfucker. Fauci looks like he eats like this. Like he brings his food close to his mouth and he just gnaws on it with his little teeth. He's like that. Honey, use a fork and a knife. So I'm hoping that Elon Musk does this because, again, he is in a unique position. He is fearless. He owns everything, so they can't take anything from him. They can try to dim his light. They can try to not have as much access to it, but it can't happen. There's already been, what, a 64% increase in Twitter traffic since he brought freedom of speech back to it, since he got rid of these people. Did he just fire a guy named James Baker, who's a former CIA guy who was working for Twitter to silence these stories and to bury these stories? Come on now. Again, that's some shit that would be in a Bond movie. Former so-and-so personnel now works with media company to push the agenda of his former company, of his former employer. News corporations and shit. I think that was a James Bond plot. What was it? Die Another Day, or I think it was the one with Halle Berry. It was one of the ones from the mid or late 90s when it was this media mogul who had like this laser beam and shit he was shooting from space or controlling the weather and shit. Stuff that happens now. So gone, throw away your tinfoil hats. They're no longer tinfoil hats. They're no longer conspiracies. I don't know. That shit's really happening. I hope he does put that panel together, that council, that committee, whatever. I hope he does put them together and they start bringing this shit to light. Because again, we know what they're going to find. We know what the fuck they were lying about. We know where this shit came from. But we want to hear it from you. Jean Grey, Tomorrow Never Dies. Is that what it was? I knew it was one of those. Is that the one with Halle Berry? Halle Berry 97? But we had a thing. I mean, I don't know if Halle Berry knows it or not. But we had an intense relationship in the late 90s when I was in high school. Maybe she doesn't know. I'll tell her. Next time, I'll send her a text. Right. So Elon, Super Doctor, Justice League panel, Truth League, Doctor panel. Fingers crossed. Don't cross them on both hands. That's bad luck. That's what I hear. Fingers crossed. Super Doctor, Truth panel coming soon. The Dynamite Smoke Show in 97. Yeah, Halle Berry, come on. Come on. Sweet Rose in 1987. Thank you very much. I mean, come on. That girl was R.I.P. to this guy, Dane, that I used to work with. This guy from Arkansas. He used to say, hey, like I say, man, like I say. I think I've talked about Dane on here before, a long time ago. But he was this guy I used to work with. Hey, man, like I say, man, like I say. And he used to, when a hot woman would come into the store, he would say, man, that woman's finer than frog hair split 3 ways and sanded. Like, shit. That woman is finer than frog hair split 3 ways and sanded. That's fine. He'd always say that. And he also told me about, he grew up in Arkansas and he was a little kid when they integrated the schools for the first time in 1955. And he remembers the first time in his school when they integrated his school. And they brought the first black kids into his school, and he was on the basketball team. And he said that the first black kid they had on their team was named Denver Ford. And he's like, hey, make sure I had this one black guy named Denver Ford on my team, man. He was cool. We used to get along and stuff. All the girls liked him. And I was like, yeah, all the girls liked him. I wouldn't think so. Black kid. One of the first black kids in an all-white school in the South in the 50s. You wouldn't think he was very popular, right? And I was like, oh yeah. He's like, oh yeah, man. He was super popular, man. We got our basketball uniforms. Back then they had the short basketball shorts, man. I tell you what, he had about 4 or 5 inches of dick hanging out the bottom of his basketball shorts, man. Like I say, he had about 4 or 5 inches of dick hanging out the bottom, man. He got real popular with the girls after that. He's like, man, I wish I had 4 or 5 inches of dick hanging out the bottom of my damn shorts. R.I.P. Dame. What a good dude. I used to crack the fuck up when he would tell that story about Denver Ford. Oh my God. It's so funny. Like I say, man, must have had about 4 or 5 inches of dick hanging out the bottom of his basketball shorts, man. It's so funny. Oh man, what a good dude. Anyway, Trump, what happened, man? You found guilty or what? What could Trump be found guilty of? Did they finally get him? Did they finally get Trump? Did they finally catch that evil orange son of a bitch with a smoking gun? Finally, we got him. Remember, he didn't pay taxes. We got his tax returns. We got him. Little Ricky Maddow on MSNBC got all mad and stuff, put on a nice new suit, moved their little rubber dick to the side. I'm going to read his tax returns live on air. I am going to read his tax returns live. I don't know where that ad came from. Check this out. So, Trump organization found guilty on all 17 counts in New York tax fraud case. All right, well, this is it. Smoking gun. Trump is going to jail. Bring on the footage of him with a jacket over his head and his hands cuffed in front of him, and somebody putting their hand over his head so he doesn't bump it when he gets into the back of the police car. They finally got it. We got it. Let's see. The Trump organization was found guilty Tuesday of criminal tax fraud. I told you, Orange Man bad. I told you he was stealing. I told you he wasn't paying his taxes. I told you he's a piece of shit. We finally got him. Finally. Feels so good after all these years of chasing him. The Trump organization was convicted on all 17 counts it faced, including tax fraud, falsifying business records, conspiracy, and related crimes, following 2 days of deliberation in Manhattan Supreme Court. The company is set to be sentenced on January 13th, a week after. Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg lauded the jury's verdict, the first criminal conviction against one of Trump's companies. I thought this case was about greed and cheating, Bragg said. Today's verdict holds these Trump companies accountable for their long-running criminal scheme. Trump org lawyer Susan Necklace, that's a weird name. Necklace, that's a weird name. Last name. Says she and her clients disagree with the verdict and plan to appeal. Hours before the verdict, Trump railed on Truth Social that Bragg was out to get him. Murder and violent crime is at an all-time high in NYC, and the DA's office has spent almost all of its time and money fighting a political witch hunt for DC against Trump over fringe benefits, he wrote, adding that no murder case has gone on trial in 6 years, much to the consternation of victims, mothers, and families who are devastated that nothing is being done to bring justice. Too busy on Donald. Damn. During the trial, prosecutors allege that for 15 years, the Trump organization helped to excess skirt income. Help top execs. There we go. It helps when you read all the words. Trump's organization helped top execs skirt income taxes on cushy, off-the-books benefits, including rent, private school tuition, and luxury cars. How did Trump find the time in between being president and in between being a mogul to cook the books? Trump organization lawyer said she and her clients disagree with the verdict, plan to appeal. I just read that part.
First time, foremost, I want to thank the.
Shut up. Fucking worthless turd. The jury of 8 men and 4 women. Hey, how come it wasn't 6 and 6? Heard from star prosecution witness and former Trump org CFO Alan Weisselberg who testified last month. It was my own personal greed that led to this case. Uh-oh. The Trump Organization lawyers have maintained that Weisselberg acted on his own and that the blame lay solely on him. Still, Weisselberg, 75, admitted that even after Donald Trump's children, Eric and Donald Jr., found out in 2017 that he and other executives were cheating on taxes, they weren't penalized. Instead, Weisselberg, who is currently on a leave of absence and getting paid $640,000 salary from the company, was given a $200,000 raise. Shit. Well, it sounds to me like, number one, New York City is wasting their fucking time and resources. Number two, it also sounds like this Weisselberg guy says it's all on me and I'm the one who did it. So, if you are the head of a big company and somebody in your company is doing shady shit, are you supposed to know about it? You're supposed to know what every single person in your company is doing on that scale? It's not like Trump runs a fucking bakery and there's only 3 rooms in there. We're talking an organization, a huge multi-million, probably multi-billion-dollar corporation, and he's supposed to know what every single person is doing when it comes to the books and the taxes. I think when you're on Trump's level, and we would all do this, you hire people to do stuff like that. You think Trump wants to be at a fucking table with paper spread out everywhere and his sleeves rolled up and his tie loosened going like this, like crunching numbers? I don't think so. Danny Liu, they just wanted to be able to say the word Trump and guilty in the same sentence. That's exactly it. Because that's all they got. How long has Trump been gone? And they're still trying to squeeze nectar from his orange nutsack. Just one more drop, Trump. Just one more. We got nothing else. We got nothing. Tobister McDonkey says over 10,000 employees at Trump, and he's supposed to know? Cut that in half. Cut that in half again. Cut that in half again. And he's supposed to know what that many people are doing? Fucking stupid. Get out of here, man. Get out of here with that shit. He doesn't know what's going on. So stupid. But you're right. They just had to get those words, Trump something, just something connected to Trump. Even though there's 28 degrees of separation, just something, Trump, something. Did this person say, did they type Trump one time on social media? Boom, there's a connection. Guilty. Got him. Out of here. Nothing. And Trump is right. Look at the state of New York City. Look at the status of New York City. The cost of living, the crime. And somebody else just get shoved in front of a train or fucking knocked out in New York. And if what Trump says is true, you haven't putting anybody to trial in 6 years, but you got enough time to slam dunk this weak bullshit on Trump? What the hell? Charles Fitcher with coffee breaks? I would take Timmy Chan's vegan ice cream and 100 pieces of gourmet cauliflower wings. LOL, don't walk, run, and fly. I don't know what the fuck that means. Are you trolling? Nobody really eats cauliflower chicken wings and vegan ice cream. Anywho, that's all true. What Trump said is true. Your city is burning, but you got time to fuck with this. Yeah, Max Bang, orange testosterone. They can't get enough of that. If it's in movies and stuff, after I've made my hundreds of millions, yes, testosterone is bad. But if it's Trump testosterone, oh, that's good. That's good for news. That's good for our lives, their lives. Because without Trump, they have nothing. They refuse to cover our grandpa in chief. They refuse to cover the feeble one. Oh, man. Charles Ficker, what the fuck are you talking about? Anyway, so Zelenskyy, person of the year, not man, not woman, it's person. Pretty soon they're going to change it to human. Pretty soon they'll change it to heartbeat holder of the year. Stupid. So stupid. Leonard S., thank you. The corrupt media is pushing this story to make it look like Trump personally is guilty. I know. And you know what's even worse than that, Leonard? There are a whole bunch of jackasses who will do no research. They will look no further. They will take these facts, allow the mainstream mediocres to chew it up, and then baby bird it into their brain. Open your head up, dummy. There you go. They won't break that down themselves. They won't chew on that one mentally. No. Process it. Tell me what my opinion is. Give it to me and I will take it. Baby bird it. Disgusting. Oh my goodness. So let's see. Zelenskyy, you little shit. You little shit. How many celebrities, how many D-listers was he hanging out with? There we go. Ukrainian president Vladimir Zelenskyy named Time Magazine's person of the boy, oh boy. Zelenskyy, 44, shot to an international recognition. Like this is something, shot to international recognition upon Russia's invasion of Ukraine on February 24th. Almost 10 months later, he remains a symbol of the nation's stoicism and spirit in the face of the incursion. Look at this shit. You got to see this. Look at the cover. Look at the cover. Look at this son of a bitch. Look at that. And if you don't support Ukraine, you are a piece of shit. Look at that. You're in the middle of a war. How about no? I don't deserve that. How about give People of the Year award to the Ukrainian people, not me? I've done nothing. I just sat here and chilled in my office and met with people who used to be famous. Give it to the Ukrainian people. Give it to that girl, that video I saw of a Ukrainian coffee shop and a missile strikes like down the street, knocks a bunch of shit off of her shelves, and she's scared as hell. Why don't you give her person of the year? Not this fucking dictator crook. Zelenskyy's selection is commemorated with a special Time cover as well as an exclusive interview published both in print, double issue, and online. The conversation partly took place on a train ride to Kherson, where Zelenskyy appeared almost immediately after Russian troops withdrew from the region in November. Prick. 9 months, they've been under occupation without light, without anything, he lamented. As I see it, it's my duty to go there and show them that Ukraine has returned, that it supports them. Before or after your lunch date with Sean Penn. The interview also focused on Zelenskyy's hobbies outside the pressures of the office. Not that he has much time to enjoy them now, right? Because he's doing photo shoots with Vogue. A former actor and comedian, he grew up enjoying old Soviet comedies. Well, good for you. These are the classics of my generation, but I'm incapable of watching them now. They revolt me, really. Zelenskyy's honor comes as a potentially pivotal time in the war, as Ukrainian forces executed several drone strikes on Russian airfields this week. Don't forget the Polish farm that they hit and killed 2 people. Though the government maintained its policy of silence on the high-profile attacks, the New York Times stated that a senior Ukrainian official said the attacks were launched from Ukraine. I don't know why people think that Zelenskyy is this leader, this great leader, this poor guy, this little country is being picked on by Russia and all this other shit. He's a fucking dictator. When you shut down TV stations to keep your opponents from speaking, you are a dictator. What difference will there be between him and Putin? If you switch the titles or just switch the people, put Putin in Ukraine and put Zelenskyy in Russia. Other than their names and the way they look, there would be no difference because Zelenskyy does the same shit that Putin does. You think if Zelenskyy had the power of Russia, he wouldn't do that to them? If Ukraine was the big dog and Russia was the little one, you think Zelenskyy wouldn't do that to them? Why not? Why wouldn't he do that? What would stop him? Wake Up says tyrants all around, Jericho Green. Yes. The only reason Zelenskyy didn't do it is because he doesn't have the ability. If he did, he would. You fucking silence your critics? That doesn't make any sense. Let's see. Benny Rivera says, bro, I thought you were cool, man. I had a lot of reference for you. I think you mean reverence. But I come to find out that you're a snake, don't like the rest of them. Ain't you a bunch of programming break people to rebuild them? I don't know what that means, Benny. And have them trust you in you so you can lead them right to the wolves, a bunch of pagan heathens. I don't get it, man. Are you upset with me or not? Oh, okay, here we go. You guys need to get off of here if you value your life. Remember what the Lord says, for those who try to save their life will lose them. For those that, what the fuck? What are you talking about, man? You need to start dabbling in punctuation so I know what the hell you're saying. I don't know what that means. If you don't like me or what I do here, then you're free to go, Benny. You are free to go. What the fuck does that even mean? Oh, man. Okay. Okie dokie. Let's see. But yeah, I don't think Zelenskyy is any different. How? No, Careless, we don't. I was just it was just interesting. That's all. Just trying to figure it out. But Zelensky's no better. Of course they paint him that way. And when you look at who's promoting something, when you look at these politicians and these blue check marks, when you see that they're behind something and they're pushing something, no matter what it is, no matter how well-intended they say it is, if you look at who's doing it, you automatically know it's bullshit. The entire Democrat Party is for this guy. The blue check marks are for this guy. The mainstream mediocres are for this guy. Then you know he's a piece of shit. What else do you need to know? Who's behind him? Who's supporting him? Who's promoting this? Thank you very much. That's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. Thank you. You are judged by the company that you keep. And look at the company that Zelenskyy keeps. There you go. Pelosi came to visit. I could stop right there. Pelosi went to visit him. Case closed. You know what her crooked ass is about. And she's over there shaking hands. Give more money to Ukraine. Shut up, you drunk shit. Max Bang, thank you for some Benny chips. Oh, that's funny. Thank you for that. Tell you, don't come in this comment section with no bullshit. We got a damn pack of wolves in here. Better be careful. Person of the year. Person, not man. Person. Jazz hands. Ugh. Shit makes me sick. That's right. Pelosi's as corrupt as they come. Captain Matter says Zelenskyy looked like the dude from Minions. He does. If only he were as funny. And if only he were as harmless. And at least we don't give $100 billion to the Minions cast, but we did to that fool. Golly. Golly, man. That shit is disgusting. You think we're done? Hey, let me know in the comment section. Just put a B after it. Whatever B, that stands for billion. What do you think is going to be our final tab, the final tally of how much we give to Ukraine? When we finally cash out, at the end of the night, we turn in our chips. How much do you think we've given to Ukraine? I'm going to say 500 billion. That's what I say. I'd say 500 billion. Wake up. We've already hit 100 billion. We're like at 120. So yeah, let me let you guys know that. We've already hit 100 billion. So I see some, damn, I see some T's in here. I see some 1 trillions in here. Shit. Tony Lozano, 100 trillion. I don't know if we're going to get that much. I don't know if we have that much. Let's see. I see some 100 billion. So you think 100 billion more. But I think what's our complete total when it's done? 500 billion, 900 billion. Okay. Trillion. Yeah, that's right. Wake up. Dang. That's right, man. Nate DZ 502. That's half our GDP. It's easy to spend other people's money, Nate. Trillion. 100,000 trillion, Black Star. I don't know if we got that. I don't know if we got that on the planet. Billions of billions. 300 billion. Infinity. Trillion. 626 billion. Very specific number, Weapon X. Thank you. 409 billion. That's very specific, Sue. Swamp Fox, 1732. 3 trillion. Shit. Character Matters, 250 billion. A little low, D. So he says, I say $1 million. 1 million. Now, maybe per hour. Trillion. Gajillion. Delio. Maybe. Booty Duty Nick. 2 Brazilian. So we have to give them 2 Brazilian adults. That's much cheaper. I don't know how we're going to convince Brazil to give us those people. Charles Ficker with coffee breaks. 500 billion refund back to the people that live in America. Sounds great, but they'll never do it. You know why? Because that will benefit us. And that's not what they're in the business of doing. Charles Turner Jr., 1 trillion or more, not under 500 billion. I hope you're wrong, but you're probably not. Arumfe, they'll just print more. They do that very well. But then we get fucked. Oh, they don't care about that. Wake Up says, when they say go green, I always think of you, Jericho. Thanks, man. Or miss, I don't know. Wake up, what you are. I don't know what you are, wake up. James Bateman, I'd say 700 billion. Probably around about right. Goontune, 1 testosterone? No, I think you mean trillion. But what's 1 testosterone? If we can give them that, that'd be much cheaper than what we're going to give them. Alien testosterone, 666 billion. Yep. 2.5 trillion. My career, 1 sextillion. I think you're thinking something different. So yeah, I think we're all in around the same neighborhood. Some are huge. LMR says 2 trillion. John Ament says 4 trillion. 1.3 Weapon X. A lot. A whole fucking lot. C4 Duke, thank you. Benny is really neck buddy. Got a hold of Fetterman's phone. Oh, hey, neck buddy, give me my phone back. That's going to be a whole shitload of money. But I tell you this, guys. If it's a billion, or I mean, if it's a trillion, 500 billion, 600 billion, 2 trillion, 3 trillion, 550 billion, whatever it is, whatever astronomical number they put on it, you best believe it is coming out of your pocket. That's what we know for sure. SD15, thank you. Jericho, don't trip. According to QAnon people, Trump and military in full control. We're watching a movie. Joe been executed in Gitmo. That's a clone on TV. Some of that is true. The clone part, that's I could get my head around that, because seeing his face and looking at how it looked 15 years ago, you could convince me of that. You could change my mind. All right, guys. We've done beautiful things here today. Very beautiful things. I'm going to be doing a video that I'll load up to my channel right after this. So expect that in the next hour or so. And the video, the topic that I'm going to be discussing, is shout out to Guitar Dude 777 for this one. Yes, Molly means the loo is the toilet. That is true. So I'm going to be talking about the fact that Discovery Channel has gotten some hot water, has gotten some heat, because there are too many white men as shark experts. There need to be some more SEOCs. Butters, that's right. Time to get Lil Junior. There need to be more SEOCs, shark experts of color. There are too many fucking white men out there fucking around with the sharks. Rex Rocker. Yes, I'm serious. Of course. So I'm going to find out why there are so many of you evil blue-eyed devil cisgender males out there hanging around and tagging and catching and releasing the sharks. You guys need to step aside, stop being racist, stop blocking the black shark experts of color from getting on the boat. Stop keeping the black and brown shark experts from getting on the boat. I know they're there with their equipment, but the white, hey, not on this boat, not my ocean, boy. And they're trying to get on, and the white dudes are, hey, whoa, keeping them off the boat. That's weird. That's racist. That's what it is. It ain't weird. It's racist, straight up. Because they want to be out there. They're trying to be out there. But you dadgum white shark experts keeping them off the dadgum boat. Careless, blacks can't swim, though. Scott Calais, black people don't even like water. Really? How do we clean ourselves daily? I think, is it true? I guess it's true that most black folks can't swim. I don't know why. But then I know a bunch of black folks who can swim. My mom can swim. I can swim. My kids can swim. My brother can swim. My Uncle Frankie, he was like 25 years in the Navy. He could swim. So how true is that? Because I know a gang of black folks who could swim. All the black dudes in my division in boot camp, they knew how to swim. When we did a swim call in Puerto Rico where we dropped anchor and people jumped off the boat into the ocean, there are a bunch of black folks in there. I don't know. Is that stereotype true? I don't know, but I'm willing to guess there's not because of racism that we don't have more shark experts of color. God. Because that's where racism really comes from. You want to tackle you want to tackle the racism issue in this country, it needs to start with Shark Week. So I'm gonna be talking about that bullshit. So keep your eyes peeled for that one. It'll be coming soon. Appreciate you guys being here. Thank you for your comments, your questions, your super chats, your presence. Thank you for being here. 8 billion sons of bitches on this planet, and you're hanging out with this one. Appreciate you. Whether you're watching and listening, maybe you're just listening. Maybe I'm on in the background, or you're not listening at all. You got the sound off and you're just looking at me. That's weird, but I'll take it. You were great. I was great. We were great. Say it with me, damn it. You know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to JerichoGreen.net and mygreengear.com. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.